Welcome to another episode of Turbo's Hot Seat, where I turn up the heat on SFA identities. Last show I had Noobs, and he challenged the man I have before me. Noobs called him a keyboard warrior, said he wouldn't have the kahunas to sit in the hot seat. Well, Noobs, you need to eat your words, because Miggs accepted the challenge, and he actually couldn't wait to get in the hot seat. In fact, he kept rubbing up inflammable shit all over himself so he could get more flame. Welcome from the Bombers, Miggs. How are you, mate?
Good, Turbo. How are you, mate?
I'm going well. Really looking forward to having a big hitter like you in the hot seat.
I cannot wait.
All right. You're the sort of bloke that likes to play in these environments, so I think we're going to have some fun tonight. So are you ready?
Ready to go.
Righto. Just a little bit of foreplay. How long have you been in the SFA and how many teams have you played for?
I probably lost count of how many teams I've played for. I've been, it'll be 6, I reckon. Probably debuted around season 23-ish. I think it was with the Swamp Rats, actually, so
Righto,
not the greatest start.
7 seasons, 6 teams.
6 teams.
You get kicked out?
Well, I kind of unceremoniously left the Wolves. Didn't get along with the leadership group there. They know who they are.
Did you get along with anyone?
Probably not. No, I don't think the Bombers even like me. They just sort of, they want more numbers at the club, so they let me come back.
Oh, they're desperate, aren't they? I mean, they lost their premier player in Wayne's World, so they're just grasping at straws now. So anyway,
Yeah, that's it.
do you still think AB and Milky sabotaged your first few seasons in the league?
100% they sabotaged it.
Why? How? What'd they do?
Just manipulation of ETA votes. Just typical backstabbing from Milky and AB. And AB's gone on to show what his real character is like in the next seasons. So I have no doubt that I would have been a top 3 ETA in my first year, but, held back by those two.
So how come AB didn't kick you out while he was, top man?
Well, I can't really put the finger on that one, but maybe he just wanted to hide in plain sight and sort of let the heat die down and hope people forget about it, but I haven't forgotten.
The halfback called you a turncoat flogs because you moved from the Royals to the Bombers mid-season. Do you think that's a fair call?
Yeah, probably. But when you're the filth wizard lets me rot in the forward pocket, while all these little favourites like Noobs and Barrage and those sort of guys get prominent positions, then it leaves me no choice. So I'm glad I went to the Bombers.
He didn't put you in the forward pocket because you're a shit player?
No, he put me there probably because he doesn't like me, but yeah, that's all right. We don't have to like everyone.
So you're not a BC member?
I'm in the BC, don't worry.
Huh.
Yeah, I'd probably be, much to Pants Kyle's disgust, I'd probably be one of the alphas in there because that's pretty much all he lives for. He doesn't care though, but that's what he lives for.
What have you got against tomato as an option in toasted sandwiches?
That's probably a question from Noobs, or is it?
Doesn't matter. What do you got against tomato?
Doesn't matter. Well, I've got a debilitating illness, so the uric acid in our tomato seems to flare up the old joints, and
Is that like gout?
Yeah, it could be gout. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a mate that was a bit anti-tomatoes. Every time I had him, and he had gout, so yeah, it could be.
Yeah, no,
I won't charge you for that
yeah.
medical advice.
No, that's it. So if you want to, beat up on a bloke because of your disability, then that's probably, that's along the Noobs or lines of questioning.
You called Naturaldumbarse a grade A medical mongoloid. Do you think that's the first time he's ever scored an A in his life?
Well, apart from licking windows, I suppose. And it wouldn't be the first time he's been called a medical mongoloid either. I think his family doctor's probably had a few words to his mum over the years.
Now, the use of the word mongoloid, have you ever been pulled up on that by anyone on the board? Because I know I've used the word and I've been hammered for it.
Nah, not yet.
No?
No,
All the PC people out there, and no one's had a go at you about that.
Not yet, but I'm sure after this goes to air, I might get pulled up a few times, get another few infractions from old Naturaldumbarse.
Do you think the sim is rigged and the mods have an agenda?
I think it's manipulated to cater to current events in the league. I wouldn't say rigged, but yeah, I'm sure they skew the results to sort of suit the way the climate is at the moment in the league.
So skew the result, you mean they cheat? They actually re-sim until they get the result they want, and then that's what they post?
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, yes.
And is this about the fact the Bombers consistently lost when the Bombers are unpopular, or is this based on something else?
Oh, there could be some inside word from a few certain people, but it's mainly due to the Bombers' losing streak. Everyone likes to beat up on them, and well, beat up on us, should I say. And as long as we're losing, the league's happy, and yeah, everything's right.
Do you feel the SFA is fairly moderated?
It's become worse the last few seasons since idiotic moderators like Natural Disaster have come into the fold. Used to be able to get away with a fair bit of stuff, but, you know, today, one harmless comment, Natural Disaster pulls the trigger, gives me a point, and he was set up all along. It was a running joke by Noobsor. Natural Disaster took the bait, hook, line and sinker, gave me a card. Noobsor started bragging about it to everyone in the boys' club. So, yeah, if that bloke's going to be your admin, just look how easily you can be fooled.
Yeah, but is it about the mods, or you're looking at ND? You're right, ND's the only shit house mod? Surely
he seems to be he's the only one that seems to entrap me. So either he hasn't sort of, you know, cottoned on the lines there, but, you know, it's not a hard line. I've seen worse things get let through. So.
But could that be because he's the only mod you call a mongoloid?
Could be personal.
I was going to say, could be a bit of an association.
Which, once again, I mean, do you really want your admin candidate having personal agendas against people? Is that really going to be a fair ruling at the top? So that's another vote for Manangatang.
Oh, you reckon? So what about the fact we can get a mod that we can pull the wool over? Wouldn't that be a good thing too?
Well, it would be, but I'd rather see Mang up the top.
Yeah, but he's BC. That's just a BC vote.
How do you know ND isn't BC and it's...
No, Manangatang's BC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a BC vote then. And you just said you're in the BC, so no wonder you're pushing that way.
No, you know.
Oh, yeah, you know. Fucking hope I know. Righto. You have stated it's disgusting the way Wayne's World was treated, that if he needs time away, that you lot will support him at the Bombers, right? Now, seriously, yes. Wayne's World postured. He posted at epic proportions, throwing out shit and accusations all over the place. He agreed to come on this hot seat that you just jumped straight into and continually squibbed it. Surely what he did was disgusting.
Well, I've changed my stance on that one. I was pretty much just towing the team line, sticking up for a teammate, but the way he left the PM was absolutely gutless, taking shots on his way out at his former teammates. So, yeah, the opinion on Wayne's World's probably changed 180 degrees, and, yeah, good riddance.
All right, I like it. Yeah. So you're all over it too. I tell you what, Uncle Horry will be happy to hear that, because he's been doing a campaign on Wayne's World and trying to get some people on board. All right, I don't need to go any further with that. Yeah, that Wayne's World, you squibbing bastard. Even your old teammates are bloody pissed with you. Right,
mate, you're not welcome back either.
Yeah. Fuck him. What do we do if he comes back? We're going to drop him?
I'll drop him, yeah. But not from the team. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, right. Good. Get him in the cage.
That's it, put him in the cage.
The Coach 16, talking about the cage, got some posters going off when he started the Happy to Meet tag. Now, they're happy to meet. And it off it went. And you responded going, nice job, the Coach 16. And I'm glad you specified you want to meet Blackie in the street, because there's no chance he's climbing those curbs to face you one-on-one on the sidewalk, which I did thought I was the same. I thought it was quite a funny comment. Do you fancy yourself as someone who'd be happy to meet as well if the challenge is put up?
Oh, more than happy to meet anyone, especially Pants Kyle.
Pants Kyle? Do you reckon he's got the balls to come in there? It'd be fairy balls, obviously, but do you reckon he's got them?
He's the biggest squib in the boys' club chat.
Righto. So, potential cage match between you and him?
He probably couldn't fit in the cage. He's been packing them on in isolation, so I had a sneak peek of his Facebook photo the other day, and, I reckon he's put about 20 kegs on. He's got... His nickname's changed in the group chat to Porky.
Righto. Pugsley, one sexy fucking pug. I haven't got a question on that. I just wanted to say it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, he goes all right.
Do you like the pug?
Yeah, he goes all right. He's an acquired taste, but once you know how to take him, he's all right there.
You sound a bit resistant there.
No, he's
Well, he's not one of your favourite teammates?
He's an interesting unit. He lives the pug life 24/7. There's no switch off. It's pug 24/7, which can drive you a bit crazy, but we love him for it.
So is it when he gets the lipstick out? Is that what you don't like? What about
he gets the old red rocket. It's just, even in a team PM, sometimes you can sort of drift back to being a real person instead of a pug. So, Pugsley, when you're listening to this, just.
So he's just that pug 24 hours a day.
He's living the character. Yep.
Dry humping legs, getting the lipstick out.
Dry humping cushions here and there. Yeah.
Right. Natural Disaster posted, "You are one mysterious chap, Miggsy. I have been living in a few heads rent-free, but none for as long as yours. I cannot pinpoint why." So why? What's going on? Why is ND becoming this thing that you're so infatuated with? You posted this, talk about him. We're talking about him now because of it. What's going on?
Yeah, well, I try to get him out of my life, and then he pulls me up or cards me or PMs me or, I think the rent-free, it's in his own head. Why hasn't Miggs tagged me? Why hasn't he done this? So today I've heard he's been sliding into a few PMs as well, seeing as his admin, Candace, he's coming up.
So you're saying the Mongoloid is basically
the
taking on the tough man, and he's getting to you because you're sounding agitated.
Mate, he couldn't get to me if he tried.
You sure?
Positive.
I'm feeling it.
Chuck me in the cage with him after Kyle. We'll be right.
Righto. So do you see yourself as one of the SFA tough men?
No, absolutely not. It's just there's too many SJWs on the board, too many nice guys. You got to bring back the banter, bring back the hardline stuff. None of this fucking getting along with your opponent. You're meant to be ripping the shit out of each other, and you just got to try and bring it back. That's all. You got the best in the business, Harrow Lad and Brad, no longer posting, and look how vanilla the forum is now. So
do you reckon there's anyone that you look at and think, you've got a bit of a tough persona, not you might necessarily like them, but do you reckon there's any? Surely out of the myriad of posters we've got, and there's a lot of posters out there, is there one or two blokes you'd say, they're not too bad?
No, they're all faux tough guys, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You told Blaze Storm, it's a wonder Zen didn't nuke her account while playing under your putrid leadership, to be honest. Now, Blaze has lots of fans. I guess you're not one of them.
He or she does. No, not particularly a fan, no.
Well, that's obvious. Putrid leadership.
Putrid leadership?
Yeah, where'd that come from?
Just, watching the posting, and is it a he or a she? I don't want to call him a he if it's a she.
Probably likes being called a she, I'd say.
Yeah, well, I've watched it post in its match threads, and just lack of leadership, doesn't back up his or her teammates. Didn't really handle the situations well when they were all happening a few seasons back. So, doesn't really rate highly on my radar.
Now, you seem to have a thing about people who mash the report button. I'm guessing this has happened to you a bit. Is that correct?
Oh, probably over the years, yeah. Some of it's probably warranted, but 80% of it, they're just being weak pricks or,
So name and shame. Who are these weak pricks that are mashing the report button? Who are they? Sturge,
number one. Sturge.
Yeah.
The weakest prick in the league is Sturge, 100%.
Is he mashing that in the SFA, or is this outside of the SFA?
No, SFA, where it's meant to be a little bit more lenient, but no, not for old Sturgey. So,
is this recently, or is this in the past?
Oh, no, it's been carrying on for the last 3 or 4 years, seasons. So, yeah, followed by probably Noobzor.
Yeah?
All you got to do is mention that he may touch children, and there goes the report. So it happened today, actually.
Wouldn't you think most people, if you throw that out there, would probably be a bit offended.
Oh, maybe. Depends. You know, if you've got nothing to hide, then what are you getting all agitated for? So,
There's lines you don't cross, though, and calling someone a pedo, which is basically what that is, that's inappropriate.
yeah, but I'd like to think I could have a bit more leniency with noobs, seeing as we shared a footy team. We've shared a few meals over the years, even though he's never paid for one. Funny story, actually. Me, Blackie, and Noobs all go to dinner one night. Yeah, we're having a good night. Beer's flowing. Time to pay the bill. We walk up to the counter. Oh, hold on, guys. Work's ringing. Noobs are out the door. We don't see him again. We pay the bill. So that's the sort of bloke Noobs is.
Are you serious?
100%. Blackie will confirm it.
He skipped out on you.
Yep.
Without paying the bill. Did he talk to you afterwards about settling it? Like throw you some cash?
Don't be silly.
Oh, Noobs.
No.
Seriously,
Yep.
mate.
He does have the nickname the Canine in the group chat, so that's probably all you need to know.
I knew there's something between you two in the set, not necessarily that story, but just because I've chatted to him, obviously he's in the hot seat, and he's got you in, and then I've had some PMs and that, and I knew there was a history with you two because there's too much like each other stuff. Like it's not just.
He seems to think he gets to me, but he's got nothing. So.
Well, he's got nothing if he hasn't fucking paid his accounts. Hey, Noobsley, how much does he owe you? Roughly, you reckon?
Which time? I don't know.
Just add it up. What do you think he's into you for?
200?
Fucking two. Now, Noobsley.
Not to mention the very first time I met him off the board. Yep, we'll grab a beer down at the Empire Bar. Doing rounds. Comes the Noobs around. All right, guys, we're gonna wind it up now, are we? Yep, got to get going. So he's a round dodger. And he doesn't pay his bill. So.
Oh, God, I hate people that don't do a shout.
Yep.
I tell you what, Nuge, you've been called out here, buddy. You need to stand up. Either pay your fucking debts or piss off. You just can't be tolerating that shit.
No, 100%.
You go into a round and you skip. Fuck. You're not happy with that at all. Righto.
No.
All right. Who's the easiest target out of Lunity and Golemless?
Jeez. Probably Lunity's easy to trigger. All I have to do is mention climate change and they'll get a 55,000 word essay on why it exists. Golly's just too innocent. And he's an Adelaide supporter, so he's had enough shit to put up with this year.
Yeah, I'd have to feel sorry for that. So, Loons.
Yeah, I'd say Loons, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Loons.
Now, I've been banned every season since I joined season 25 due to my appreciation of the naked form. I've noticed your name scratched on a few of the Banhammer prison cell walls. So what have you been in for?
Well, I actually got perma-banned for posting a photo of a bloke with a micro penis. My sort of debate was, if you can't see the penis, is it pornography? So I don't know whether that was a technicality that got me back on the board, but here I am.
I think that's sound reasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, is it offensive? Now, if I see a man in a shower with a micro penis, I certainly don't find it offensive. I find it maybe amusing, embarrassing, possibly, but certainly
you're up and about because you found someone that's finally smaller than you. So
yeah, well, you start to do the strut, you start to just soap up with a leg spread, and
puff the chest out.
Exactly right. Yeah, I think you should be bloody given accolades for being able to do that and make everybody else feel so good.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, got an argument on there. All right, flame down on that one.
Flame down.
Get back onto it now, though, because we're obviously getting into similar topics here where we get in trouble for. That's why we're probably starting to get a bit of
too far.
Yeah. Okay, now do you back the Coach 16s? Don't leak PMs or you're a dog. Or do you think it's all right to leak PMs?
You just need to be selective on who you leak those PMs to. Obviously, people that leak the PMs to people that can't be trusted, they're an idiot and they deserve everything they get.
Yeah, but it's yes or no answer. Do you leak PMs or you don't? Because the coach was really specific. It doesn't matter even if it's just general.
Personally,
you don't do it.
Personally, no. But if people want to leak PMs, good luck to them.
Have you ever leaked a PM?
Probably. I couldn't remember any particular ones, but I'm sure I have over the years.
So you're a dog then?
Oh, it could be a dog. You could call me Noobs or.
Oh, a dog that doesn't pay for his own shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, you asked Natural Disaster if he had ever lied to anyone in the PM after a reasonable request was made to have an infraction point looked at for reversal. What's the backstory on that?
So I got an infraction point today because a certain person reported one of my posts. Went to Natural Disaster and said, mate, this was a setup. You can see it. Anyone can see it's a setup. He then claimed that he knew all along it was a setup, and that's why he only gave me the 1 point. So I said, mate, that's bullshit. He's come back and said, okay, I've rescinded the point. No worries. I got it on good word that he hadn't rescinded the point. I went back and confronted him, and he said, yes, he lied. He shouldn't have lied, and he's sorry. So, he's that sort of integrity.
Why the fuck did he lie to you?
Well, you'd have to ask him that.
Do you think he feels threatened by you?
I think he might have felt a bit threatened, yeah.
Or do you think he just wants to be nice? Just wants you to like him?
Nah, he doesn't want to be nice. He wouldn't be fucking giving me infractions every day.
Yeah, but he has to give you infractions every day because you keep posting micro penises.
No, I did it once.
Do it once?
Yeah.
That's it. You got a brush stroke against you now.
And I covered the bloke's face with a Geelong Guernsey, so you didn't know who it was.
Well, the problem was it was his micro penis, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, if you could call it that.
Yeah.
It's fairly pixelated.
Yeah. Righto, you stated the only thing higher than your BMI is the amount of girls left unsatisfied by your tiny penis. So, is your aggressive posting style due to the fact you're trying to overcompensate for the lack of junk in your trunk?
It probably is. I've probably got about 3 inches of, dick fat down here that's covering it. So, get the BMI down, you never know. It could be a grower, not a shower.
See, that's 245 kilos of love muscle. You probably don't want to shower with me.
No, I'll be halfway there, don't worry.
Righto. Metal Crusher, an ex-bomber, likes to see himself as a tough nut in the SFA. He goes in, he calls people, and I even say the words because it goes past what I say.
Yep.
How do you rate him on the tough meter?
Well, I better rate him because he's probably going to be my skipper next year.
I don't let that fucking get in the way. Naturaldumbarse was my fucking captain. T. Jaster was my captain. Fucking hell.
Fuck, I know it doesn't get any worse than that, does it?
So,
Maybe Blaystorm.
So, this Metal Crusher, do you actually rate him as a tough man? Because he's obviously taken that persona. Do you rate him, or do you think he's just full of fucking shit?
No, he's good. League needs guys like him, so yeah, I rate him. I'd take Metal Crusher over, 10 blokes posting lovey-dovey shit any day.
But notice when I asked you about who the tough men were, you said there was none. So what's going on?
If you're talking tough men that intimidate you when you're posting, then no one does. But
right, so he hasn't got that shit on you then?
Nah, mate, it's a fucking footy simulation. How anyone melts or gets too fired up over some words on a screen, I will never understand.
Well, you've seen Crushy melt, haven't you?
Yeah, well, maybe he's just a bit...
He's good at it. If I talked about the melters of the SFA, and I love Crushy, but geez, when he melts fucking, he's goes.
He goes off on one.
Why don't you like This Is Anfield?
He's a bit precious. Seems to keep carrying on a grudge from a few seasons back when, not sure who it was, but someone made a few comments about a certain tragic historical event, and he just, hasn't seemed to get over it 15 seasons later.
15 seasons? So the thing with
it's probably an exaggeration. It's probably 5 seasons ago.
Yeah. Oh, I don't mind exaggeration. It's the SFA.
Yeah, right.
I can make up your own facts. But that's all we do. But he's in my team, and I actually find him to be a fairly level-headed, like, he's not an antagonist to me. I don't look at him and go, oh, he's a pit bull or anything. So it surprises me that you and him have this little bit of a thing going, and you're the only person I've picked up that he's really got a thing on.
Oh, so he's talking about me in the PM, is he?
Oh, he talks about you all the time. He can't stop talking about you. You're the whole centre of his universe.
Maybe there's a bit of rent free going on there, but I haven't even thought of that bloke since the last time I probably played the Furies, which was 2-3 weeks ago.
Well, actually, he's never mentioned you. But you've mentioned him a few times. That's where I picked it up. I'm going, fuck, what's he got against you? Actually, what you do is you bait him. You're always trying to bait him, and
Yep.
are you getting the result you want?
I get the result every time.
And what's
It must
that?
be something with. It elicits a nice melt from him. I think he learned from Natural Disaster. So there's me bringing him up again, but.
Yeah, ND. He's renting some
ND loves
space
a
in
good
there.
melt.
He's renting some space there.
He's got a little corner in the back there.
He's got a little bit because that's your go-to, which is good. I like it.
It's the easy target, you know.
So, are you worried that Antonio Bluevein is going to drop you for an under-18s player?
Well, if he does, I hope they lose the grand final after the siren.
Oh, yeah! Well, a bit of heat in that.
A bit of heat, yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Noobs.
Yes, that's a good one. You got that one.
Just ask Noobs where he's storing his premiership medal this year.
That was beautiful. And I just loved your response of just breath. Oh, yeah. Righto. Okay. It's time for Fact or Crap, the intellectual game that allows SFA players to show how thick they are. Now, Uncle Horry and Clark M got 3 out of 10, proving they're fucking thick fuckers. Noobsor got 5 out of 10. So although as thick as a plank, is the smartest of the dumb lot. So what I want to see now, Miggs, is if you can prove you're not just brawn, that you've actually got some brains and you can add to your resume. So you've got to beat 5. Do you think you can beat 5?
Well, it's never been my strong suit, but if anyone knows 5s, it's probably Noobsor.
I actually bank in the fact that the last group actually thought they were smart and you're thinking you're not. So you've probably got half a chance of probably doing a good score.
Yeah, we'll see how we go.
I think intellect is what fucks people up in this particular part of the game.
I think so.
Righto. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say a sentence and you just got to say whether it's fact or crap quite quickly. Like, I'm going to make a statement and you just go fact or crap.
Yep.
So, you ready?
Ready to go.
There was 121 lights in the candelabra above the main staircase of the Titanic.
Crap.
It was crap.
There was more.
Well done. See, I think bronze is going to beat brains.
Well, we'll see how we go.
Well, you got one so far.
Yeah, it's all right.
The first music chart in the United States was published in 1936.
Fact.
Why do you say that?
Well, seems about the right time. No idea, 50-50.
Fuck, you got it.
2 from 2.
Ufology is the study of unidentified flying objects.
Crap.
It's a fact!
Ah.
Oh, yes! Ooh! So that means you've got 33.3333% occurring wrong. See, I love you when you get it wrong. That's where I want to be. Pressure's on, though. It's going to be 50% next if you don't get this right. The Yangtze River, not the Amazon, is the deepest river in the world.
Fact.
It is a fact. That's 3 right. Now, if you can get the next one right, that'll be 4 out of 5, which means you are really possibly not even able to fail. So this is the pressure question. You ready?
Ready to go.
The brain of an average adult human weighs 11 pounds.
Fact.
It's crap! Ooh, that's leveling up. It's getting better. Oh, I think the wheels might be falling off here. Here we go. This, I think, probably ready. Mr. Parker produced the first fountain pen that carried its own ink.
Fact.
It's crap!
No.
Ooh, we're now on a level. Now, if you get the next one wrong, you are tipping.
Yep.
The world's first light bulb factory used bamboo in its products.
Fact.
Did you say fact?
Fact.
Bamboo in a light bulb?
Yeah, sounds stupid enough to be a fact.
It is. No one survived the Hindenburg airship explosion and crash of 1937.
Crap.
It is. Now that makes you equal with noobs.
Oh,
You have
You'll be happy to
two
hear
questions. You have two questions. So
you think of a big fact on both. You know, law of averages, I'd get one.
you can run with that. Here we go. Try your theory. Question 9. One ring at the base of a tree always equals 1 year of a tree's growth.
Fact.
It's crap!
Nah.
Oh, last question. Oh, this is good. I'm loving this. So Noobs is sitting there thinking, get this wrong. Get this wrong. Because if you get this right, you're smarter than Noobs. And
He's
obviously,
sweating more than
yeah, he'll be sweating more than you. But Uncle Horry and Clark M just know they're dumb fucks, so they're not even listening. But
Noobs hasn't sweat this much since the last Google sponsor he went to. So.
In fact, he's now sitting here going, for fuck's sake, just get on with the question.
So, he's probably driving his Uber.
Or he could be touching himself.
No, it could be.
Actually, he could be touching himself in the Uber.
It could be.
Yeah, never know. Okay, here we go. This is a pivotal question for you, because if you get this right, you will now be the smartest thumb prick in the SFA, and you'll have bragging rights over Noobs. So
No, it's worth it.
let's go. A bat measuring just over 3 centimetres is the smallest mammal in the world.
Crap.
It's a fact! Oh no! You're as dumb as fucking Noobs, you dickhead!
I thought it was crap because Blackie's a mammal.
Oh, fuck! You're... Righto. There's no... Well, I actually thought you were the one to do it. I actually thought Brawns would beat fucking Brains, but no, you're just the rest of the fucking people. All right.
Till I choked at the end there like bloody Noobs are in his grand final.
And you started off so well. Yeah, nice dig there. I like that.
Yeah.
So one last question, and I hope you can get this bloody right. Who do you want to see in the hot seat next?
Well, he's probably going to squib it because he's squibbed for the last 6, 7, 8 seasons. But Sturge, if you're out there, if you're not overcooking your pancakes or your poached eggs or whatever, just jump in the hot seat, see what you got.
You heard Miggs, Sturge. Have you got the kahunas to sit in the hot seat next? This is Tiger Turbulence, making it hotter in the SFA.